my channel. If you did not see part 1 of me testing Faber Castells with deer, link is in the description. I did 2 tests, more like 1.5 tests, and you should check that out, and that is in the description. So I was in the middle of testing each color individually. As you can see before, my camera awkwardly died. So yeah, so we were in the middle of deer's yellow. So I have deer's yellow right over here, and it is really weird yellow. I don't know if it's because of the black stripes, but it's very weird. I don't know, to me it is. So we're gonna start doing it. And again, if you didn't see part 1, these pencils are very rough. They're really hard to use for some reason. I don't know what's the reason, but they're really rough, and you have to press really hard to get it vibrant and very pigmented. It looks pretty good. You can kind of see the strokes, which I don't like, but some people do. It adds texture. So it's really nicely pigmented, and the color is really close to this. It's not as well bright and vibrant as this because I think of the texture of color. Some people like it, so who knows. Next up, we have blue, and I'm going to do Faber Castell's blue. This is the lightest blue they had. They had other blues, but I think I was going into more of an aqua, so that's why I did not pick that one. I picked this blue. So let's see. These pencils are really smooth, and it isn't that light, but then again, they had really other light shades. I just didn't pick that because I thought it was too aqua and not blue. So it's really smooth. It's it has really nice strokes, really bad strokes. I can show you guys how the colors in the 60 pack. Again, this is 60. So there's a blue right here. I thought this was a pale blue. And then underneath there's more. As you can see, there's a lot of aqua shades that I thought were very aqua. So that's why I did not pick them. I picked this one because it looked closest to the actual blue that you might get in the set. And it was closest to deer's, but it was really dark. So next up we have the deer. Gonna do that. Ooh, this is also as dark as this one. It's really dark. Again, you have to press really hard to get it nice pigmented. It's really dark. Has a lot of texture to it, which some artists like. I, for one, don't. Maybe I'm not gone to that stage yet. I don't know. But these two are very similar. This is much more smooth, pigmented, and vibrant, while this one is meh, strokey, rough. But I will say that they had the colors spot on. It's really close to these colors, and I like the colors in general, but I don't like the way they are very rough. I think because they're so rough, they're creating so many problems. So I would say that Faber Castell has the win over here. It's so if you did not watch my video, Faber Castell had number 1 for has got the point for round number 1, which is presentations. They got another point. So yeah, next is blendability. So I have a paper right here, and I'm going to be blending some colors together and see which one has better blending. So I'm going to be using blue and green because I think they blend beautifully, but it depends on which color you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and color and show you guys. So guys, this is my blendability, and I'm sorry because I don't know, I got frustrated with the colors, and you can see where I put light pressure on it, and then where I put more pressure on it, and it just led a huge disaster, especially over here. Yeah. So this right here, I think blended really nicely. It's really silky smooth. I don't know if that's weird. But over here, you can really see where I did it. It could be totally my fault. Totally me, but I don't know. I feel like didn't blend well, while this did kind of blend well. I don't know if there's any artists out there who are actually are watching me. Please tell me if I did it correctly or if I just made a huge mess of things. So I think I would give another win to Faber Castell just because I think that they were smoother and they kind of blended well. Again, we're judging the blending, not my frustration with the colors. So yeah. And I am not big and playing with Faber Castell because it has so many wins. I think during this whole thing, Faber Castell's been winning. I'm not throwing shade to Deer. I do like Deer. I have used Deer for a really, really long time. But I think for an artist, unlike me, Faber Castell would be more nicer because it has more shades. You can see with my fingers, I try to blend it as hard as I could. It did not work out, so yeah. So that's why I'm giving Faber Castell the win, and I am not siding with Faber Castell and hating on Deer. I like them both, but I'm judging as fair as I could, and I'm judging the way I would judge on the real things. And yeah, so the next part of this is that we're going to be testing out with the actual performance. I have tried to do two flowers, tried to do identical flowers. Didn't work out, but I'm going to be actually testing them on performance, which is the last, and I'm going to be actually coloring these and matching them up as much as I could, and I'm going to, as much as I can, and I'm going to kind of see which one is going to go better and vote on that. Even though I think out of 4 rounds, Faber Castell has won 3. So Faber Castell is going to win either way, even if Deer here actually wins this. Faber Castell is still going to win, but I still want to see maybe they change. Maybe they change drastically. Who knows? So I'm going to be doing this. Oh, and also with this, the colors I use, I totally forgot about this, sorry. These colors I used for Faber Castell, and these are the colors that I use, oopsies, for, oh, there goes the color. This is where I used, this is what colors I used for Deer. Totally slipped my mind, I'm super sorry. Now let's get on with coloring this and judging them. So, yes. So I'm back and I colored everything. And here we have the Deer version. I tried to do a flower because I thought it's simple, but yet you can put a lot of colors into it. So these are the colors that I chose. I think they're really nice. So this is Deer. And I think that, I don't know, the texture thing is actually growing on me because this makes me feel as if, I don't know, it just looks nice. The texture just brings it all in, and then over here, it's just more vibrant version of this. But I think the texture is buying me. I don't know what it is, but I try to add a lot of special effects. Something that was really stood out for me, in a 24 pack of Deer color pencils, there was absolutely no white. I mean, I know a 12 pack of color pencils doesn't have it, but every 24 pack of color pencils I've ever bought has to include a white. Whether it's crayons or if it's other brands, it always includes a white. So this is the first where I did not find a white. So I was in pretty big shock. And over here, I did try to add some white at the ends. It's not showing too much, but I tried to add whites. So there was white in Faber Castell, but maybe because that's 60, but I did have 24 pack of Faber Castells, and they did include white. So I don't know why Deer did not have it. And something that I also realized that if you look very, very, very closely, you can see that there is actually a black line that I've added as petals. Now I did add that line over here as well, but it's much more prominent over here. You can see it much better over here and clearly, whereas you have to look very closely and zoom in and then you can see it, which I think is because I don't know why. And also, you guys, there's a lot of patterns on this paper is because I actually did a drawing on the other side of the paper, and I have a really heavy hand, which means I have to apply a lot of pressure when I draw, so it has some indentations which came in the back side of the paper, trying to save trees, and this is what happens. So yes, again, the black is much more darker than it is over here. Over here it's much more of a gray, and the yellows is more popping too. I would say this is exactly the same. It's just more vibrant, and look, it's like fading. It's like fading into yellow so much better than it is over here. And I don't know, maybe it's because there's 60 pack of colors. I don't know. I tried to match the colors exact, and I think I got pretty good. But I think this is more vibrant than this, but I am standing by that the texture won me over. This is why I'm giving it to Deer, because the texture makes it look so nice off camera than it does over here. Maybe because I drew this before I drew this, I don't know, but I feel like the Deer won this. So Deer has won. Faber Castell has 3. Faber Castell wins. But I really love that blending. It's like really nice. So that's it for today. Faber Castell has won. Again, I am not siding with anything. This is totally my opinion. You guys have your own. This is me. Do you have any tips on me? Please comment if you can. And subscribe. Turn on notifications if you can. Give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you. And I'll see you next time.